everyone, and welcome to my channel Scrapbook Drama, where I combine my two loves, watching various Asian ethnic dramas and scrapbooking. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks! In this video, I'm going to use this picture, which is of the poster for the TV drama, as a part of the cover page. This drama stars Liang Jie, who we love, in a dual role as Chu Tan-er and Chu Xiaotan, and her love interest is Qing Zhaolin, who plays Mo Lianshang, also known as Chang Chang, to our heroine, Chu Tan-er, Chu Xiaotan, actually. Anyways, I'm going to use different images for this scrapbook, along with different pieces of paper, scrap paper, that I have lying around from different scrapbooking projects that I've had over the years. I also have this book also lying around from Artist Loft, and I like it because it has a lot of pages, and I don't know exactly how many I'm going to need, and they're fairly thick, not too thick. I can always, cut some out if it gets too thick, paste some together, things like that. So it works for me, but you can pretty much use any. So what I'm going to do first is just take a couple pages and not do anything with them. It's just a habit that I've developed for, in case I need to do something later with them. So like I said, I'm going to use this image, and what I'm thinking of doing is a scroll. So I picked out two pieces of paper that I think could go really well with this image to make a scroll with. And I like them because they bring out the colors in the costumes, I think. So then this is what the scroll will look like when it's assembled. But first I want to do a wash because I don't really like the white here. So I want to do some a watercolor wash. In order to do that, I need to put some scrap paper underneath the paper that's going to have the watercolor wash on it. So as you can see, those were some images that I had printed out earlier that didn't fit. And then I just, because I didn't know what color I wanted, I tried different ones and just, try them out. And then once they dried, because of course we want to check it out when it's dried, I put the pieces of paper next to the colors. And then I decided I really want to focus on the costume. So I really like this color because it has kind of a pink undertone, and it was really the combination of these two colors. First the light and then the dark. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just, like I said, do a wash. So that basically involves taking your watercolor color and then really lightening it out with some water. And you don't need a whole lot for a small page like this. That amount that I have there is plenty. So I start off by just broad strokes, and you don't have to be really particular by it. As you can see, I'm not being very sort of perfectionistic in it, I guess, even though I am a perfectionist, but only because I know when it dries, it's going to be okay. And as you can see, it's kind of pooling there at the edge, and that's okay because, see, I just do that and it covers it. So I'm just going to go through and do this. And if it's boring to you, you can go to that mark that I just put up there where I'm all done. But personally, I find this really relaxing. And you know what else I find relaxing? Finding YouTube videos of our heroine and hero and the actors that play them. And in particular of them singing, like this video, which I shall link in the sorry, I got distracted by how beautiful they are. I'll link it in the description of the video. That was a picture of a video of them singing the opening song to the Eternal Love, and they're so cute and so adorable. Okay, back to here. I got distracted, so I'm gonna let that dry, but don't let it get too dry. It has to be a little bit wet, and then I come back and I'm going to now cover it with the darker color. Sorry, I'm still distracted thinking about that YouTube video. I'm not promoting it for any reason. I'm not attached to it in any way in terms of plugging it. I don't know who, I mean, I know it's 10 cents, but that's all I know. I just love it. I'm trying to give credit for referencing it, that's all. But in any case, as you can see, I'm also being sloppy here just because I know in the end when I go through with my broader strokes, it's all going to come out okay in the end. So as you can see, that's exactly what happened. And yeah, so I'm just going to do this until I feel like I'm satisfied. And I don't know, sometimes, you know, it's just nice to be able to have a blank piece of paper that you put color down on for no other reason. Anyway, I'm going to put this under a stack of books after it's mostly dry, and then that way it will lay flat. Now, I found this big piece of scrapbook paper that I've had for 20 years that I'm going to use to make the wooden part that holds up the scroll. So you can see there's a little piece of wood showing there. Now you might be saying to yourself, why are you wasting this beautiful piece of paper? Well, I've had this paper for like, I don't know, 20 years, and I've never had any reason to use it in any of the like millions of scrapbooks that I've made. But it's going to be put to really good use here. So I'm just measuring about 1/4 of an inch and then cutting it out with my X-Acto knife. This is an actual X-Acto knife that I just got. It's retractable. It's really cool. I didn't mean to cover up the brand name there with my sticker, but I just like to put stickers on things just to make things cute. I like having cute things around me. It makes me happy. Anyways, oh, just like that ruler right there that you see. Also cute. Anyway, I cut it out and I like the width of it. And so what I'm going to do is then cut out or round out the edges with scissors, just freehand by hand. That makes sense. Anyways, I did that and I decided I liked it, so I'm going to do that 3 more times, and there you go. I have 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will put them where they need to go, which for now is out of the way. Okay, so I'm sort of measuring about where they'll be in relation to my scroll and how much room I have. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. Aha, I think I know. So I have near me my little embroidery kit, and I remembered that I had some golden thread from an embroidery project that I made for my mom, like probably 20 years ago as well. I keep everything because you never know and you're gonna need it, right? And here, I needed it. So I have this beautiful golden thread, and I'm going to use that to sort of hold up my scroll. Now what I need to do is measure it to see about how long it needs to be. And so I'm just going to take out one and kind of, you know, eyeball about how long it'll be, and then give myself a little bit of extra to work with. I'll probably give myself a little bit too much extra, but better too much than too little, right? Okay, it would help if I took that out, the cover. Okay, so I now have my one piece, and I think I'm going to just need 3. So I'm going to speed up this part, and there you go. So I have my 3, and I thought maybe I'll twist it, but then I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I gave up on that idea. So I knotted one side of it, and now I have to figure out where exactly I want my scroll to be and where the golden thread is going to hang from. So I find where I want the scroll to be, and I place the pieces of paper that represent the wood hangers where they need to go. And so I'm going to use this ruler here to position everything where it needs to be. And I take my pencil to make a mark so that I can then glue down the thread before I, put the actual scroll and the wooden hanger on top of it. So I'm going to make a mark here, and then I'm going to make a similar mark on the other side. And where I'm making the mark is pretty much the center of where the wooden hanger is. So the center right there of the wooden hanger. So I'm going to just move this aside, make the mark, and I know I didn't measure all of this, but my eyeballs are pretty good. So as we can see, it's not bad. But let's go ahead and measure it. Not this way, but looking at it in this way, I'm going to use my ruler, and let's see, it's about whatever that number is, but yeah, looks good to me. So now I need to get the middle point, but I can't get to the edge. So I'm going to use my handy dandy tape measure, and it's about 5 inches, which, oh gosh, we knew because the book is 5 inches. And let's see, what would the halfway point be if we go into I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I know it's 2.5. So anyways, but we can use this tape measure in this way to be able to get the halfway point at 2.5 and mark it so that we know where to put the pin that's going to hold up the scroll. So I'm just going to mark it very gently there, and okay, just kind of get rid of that. And now we have about where we're going to put the pin, but I decide I'm just going to eyeball it again. Just trust my eyeballs, and go down a little bit and thereabouts. Okay, so I'm going to mark that, and then let me go ahead and erase the top one, and it's not erasing very well, so that's a little bit annoying, but it's hardly noticeable, so maybe I can try a different eraser later. Again, did I mention I'm a perfectionist? So we'll figure that out later. That's okay. Okay, so I have my 3 points, and now I need to tie the second point. So I'm going to just use my fingernails to really figure out where that second point is going to be. So I'm going to hold down the thread, again, as I said, with my fingernails. And, this part is a little bit tricky when you want to tie a knot specifically in a particular spot. You have to hold your thumbnail right over that spot and not let go. So this took a while to do, so I sort of had to do it off camera. It took like 30 seconds because I couldn't get the thread through, but then, there it is. And I'm just going to show you that by holding it down, that it actually is exactly where I need it to be. So eyeballs win again. Okay, so now it's time for assembly. Oh, except I need that part. I think I can use my handy dandy Martha Stewart hole punch. Again, not promoting it. I've had this thing for like a decade as well. I don't even know if they make it anymore. But it has different size hole punches, and you can see I used to punch a yellow hole at some point that I never took out. But yeah, so I have my scrap paper, my black scrap paper, and I'm just going to punch my little black dot out and then get that out, which took a little while. And then unfortunately I lost a video where I finally assembled everything, but this is it. And as you can see, I left a little bit of the edge open so that it looked like an actual scroll hanging. And sorry, the bottom got cut off, but in the next video I'm going to use this lovely image from the beginning of the show as a 2-page spread. So I hope you join me there. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and make a comment below if you have any questions or comments. Thanks!